Yo, yo, yo. What's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Hope everybody is doing really, really well on this. Well, it's Tuesday. Wow, where's my brain? It is Wednesday. Workhorse Wednesday, my friends. We're here. We're ready to rock and roll. We're ready to get some Pomodoros underway. We're going to be smashing them out today. Absolutely smashing them on this wonderful, wonderful Workhorse Wednesday. And what a day it is. Mojo, how are you, sir? How are you? It's kind of gloomy here. Kind of gross. Supposed to be a big ice storm rolling through. We'll see if we actually get that. I don't know. Last night. Consider this a bit of a public service announcement, okay? And Mojo, this goes for you. I don't know if you eat candy canes. Mojo, do you eat candy canes? There's Skittle candy canes, I think, are excellent, by the way. They're really, really good. I realized something yesterday, though. Candy canes are fragile. Candy canes are very, very fragile. And here's where I'm going with this. I promise I have a goal in mind. Dude, it's sugar. I try and avoid it. I gave myself a candy cane yesterday. I had one because they're still sitting around from Christmas time. Yeah, I know. A couple months later. I get it. Anyway, but they were Skittles ones, right? So I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have myself a candy cane. I also did a huge workout last night. Well, I say huge for me. It was very, very, very active. Shoulders are a little bit sore today. Lower back is a little bit sore today. It was like a P90 X3, the Agility X. I made it like, I don't know, 20, 25 minutes through. There was like 5 minutes left, 10 minutes left, something like that. And I was like, yeah, I'm done. I'm like, I am done. I was just a sweaty mess. It was gross. It was actually really, really hard. Anyway, so for a treat, I gave myself a little candy cane. Here's something to know about candy canes. When you break the candy cane open, oftentimes little shards of stuff, right? That is also true if it's in your mouth. I bit through the candy cane as I was breathing, and I inhaled a little sliver of candy cane into my throat, and it was worse than, like, you know, you get water or something, you're drinking something, goes down the wrong tube, and you're coughing like crazy. Dude, I was coughing like crazy last night. And even today, it's still kind of like, it just feels weird. I don't know. Yeah, it was like just like a little sliver of something. And I figured it would have like disintegrated. Maybe my throat's just a little sore because yesterday it was stuck in there. Yeah. That's what I'm thinking, is that like, yeah, it cut something, or I don't know. So my throat's a little bit sore today. But that's okay, because it's Workhorse Wednesday, right? And we're going to be super busy? Question mark? How do you saltwater rinse your throat, though? Like, I mean, you mean like gargling and stuff? Like, oh. I probably shouldn't do that. Oh. That's terrible. Oh, here we are. All right, we're gonna go gargle, dummy. Yeah, I know. One of these days I'll figure out how to gargle. Yeah, straight to the dude. Oh God, could you imagine? He would die laughing. Weird. Okay. I'm kind of like trying to read a few things, trying to like keep up on a couple things here. Oh. Are you going to be on the phones today? How's your workday shaping up? How's it looking? Mine's looking pretty good, I think. I'm thinking I might be able to get away with you have meetings like MF. Oh man. Okay, that's fair. It's good, right? Like, consider your meeting your Pomodoro, and then every time you come back, it's like break time, right? I mean, if our breaks happen to align. I know around here the breaks are kind of, well, the breaks are very short around here. It's mostly just work time. Everyone shoves meetings on Wednesday because it's like the hump day thing. Get the meeting done then, so your early week ramps into the Wednesday, and then it ramps down because your soapbox. Well, on certain topics, i.e., coffee, apparently, I really went off on that. I'm sorry about that. Again, yesterday I was really, boy, oh boy. I guess coffee upsets me a little bit more than I thought it would. Got some emulators working? Nice, dude. Which emulators? Like, I'm assuming by emulators you mean like video game emulators? I mean, maybe not. I don't know. I'm not sure. Because, like, I remember, like, NES emulators used to be massive back in the day. For 360 on my Steam Deck. It's crazy to me. Okay, alright. It's weird. I remember NES emulators being like this big thing. And like, then it was SNES emulators. And then, like, it's mind-boggling to me. This is how I know I'm getting old, right? It's mind-boggling to me that here we are, and we are emulating the Xbox 360, which to me is still a very capable gaming console, and it's just under full emulation and can be ran on hardware of other devices. Like, man, nothing makes me feel older. Like, because I guess because I remember the days of like NES emulation and SNES emulation and like N64 emulation. Nope, didn't have anything powerful enough. It was like, it just, that kind of like, I remember those game consoles being like difficult to emulate right and difficult to get right, and it's just wild. Oh, Mojo, I'm sure even back in the day when people had like, when those other consoles were difficult to emulate, I mean, people found ways. It's wild to me. It's wild. That's all. I can't get over the fact, like, I'm sure somebody else out there has an Xbox Series X like emulation kind of a thing, or like whatever, like the latest and greatest, a PS5 emulator or so. I'm sure it exists. I'm sure it exists somewhere. You can even get a regular Xbox online via an online service created by fans. It's money, right? It's money. We were just talking about that last night. My son and I were talking about, playing some stuff and like being on, like, he had brought up, I guess GM is getting sued. Have you guys heard anything about this? GM being sued? Because I guess they're getting sued because they are taking people's, and again, this is, you know, I mean, I don't really know. I didn't look into it, but he said GM is getting sued because they're taking people's car data that they're getting from them driving their car, because everything's connected, and they're taking their data and selling it to data brokers and selling it to insurance companies so that these insurance companies can raise their premiums on drivers who drive recklessly. So I remember back when insurance companies started doing that, they offered you the little thing that you could connect in your car, and then if you drove good, it would give you discounts, right? But this is a different level of slimy. This is a manufacturer who is selling your data to the insurance companies. So apparently you have like an insurance score, like a driver score that goes up and down depending on the data that they, man, it's crazy. It's crazy. Crazy. Manufacturers, you can kiss my behind. You can kiss my behind. I hope you get sued to the heavens. It's one thing if you tell your insurance company, I will plug in your device. I will do the thing, right? Like, it's one thing to agree to that. It is another thing entirely for a manufacturer of a vehicle whom you paid for the product, which means you and your data are not their product to sell. You know what I'm saying? You are not their product. You paid them for the car. The overpriced, insane, purely greed-driven price that they have set for that car. You paid that. You're not the product. Your data is not theirs to sell. No. You paid for the product. It should be yours outright. Period. End of story. They should not be able to then turn around and sell your data or give it to insurance companies. No way. I would love it. I shouldn't say I would love it, but if they got sued into oblivion, I'm okay with it. Completely okay with it. Like, would it suck? Sure. Yeah. Like losing a big manufacturer of vehicles. Right. That would suck. But I guess this goes as notice to the other manufacturers. Don't do this. Stop screwing people over. You know? It's so frustrating. Wildly frustrating. I personally, I think that's good. Good. Sue them. And I hope they get taken to the cleaners. Knock this crap off. Bring back on the 4-barrel carbs, no electronics. Boom. Actually, I'm okay with some electronics, to be honest with you. I'm okay with things like automatic braking to avoid potential rear ends. Maybe somebody falls asleep at the wheel. Maybe somebody has a stroke. Maybe somebody's having a seizure and the car knows and can knows to stop itself, right? To prevent itself from being in danger, or helping people to maintain in the road. But the problem is people, and that's always the problem. People ruin it, right? Like they think, my car will keep me in the lane. I can just get wasted and go drive around. No, that's not what I shouldn't have even done the laugh track there. That's terrible. No, it shouldn't be like that because it's dangerous. And once again, they rely on these things that are meant to keep, like, again, you're having a seizure and you can't control yourself and your car pulls over and stops for you. That's a safety thing, right? Not, I got drunk and I'm driving around and then I passed out at the wheel and my car pulled over and stopped for me. Yes, that's a safety thing, but you shouldn't be abusing it in that fashion, right? Like, maybe that's just me. I don't know. It bothers me. It bothers me a lot because it's always the people, right? And it's the few that ruin it for the many. I'm okay with certain electronic things. I think that's fine. But even with 4-barrel carbs, there were ways to make a carbureted car get like 100 miles to the gallon. Like, there were ways. And then these big manufacturers just buying up the patents and sitting on them. It's kind of crazy. Kind of insane that we would let that happen. I feel like. Anyway, enough ranting. I heard that about GM and I thought to myself, good, I hope somebody takes you to the frickin' cleaners. Stop selling our data. Stop making us your product. We're not your product. Right? We're not your product. We need to rise up. We need to, as once was said by a great band known as Rage Against the Machine, we need to take the power back. Take the power back. That's what we need to do. All right. We're going to jump into it, though. We're going to jump into it. Because you know why, Mojo? I haven't had coffee yet. I'm on 0 coffee. So I need to quickly go make myself a cup. I've been busy this morning. Doing a lot of various little things here and there. I still have more to do. But my project, I have a feeling, I think it's going to be okay. I think it's going to be okay. Oh, here we are. I didn't agree to nothing. No, sir. Especially now with no vehicle I'm driving. Otherwise, see, it's kind of tricky, right? If you say that we agreed to it, if we signed our name on that little line, like when you're signing that contract, that somewhere in the fine print it says we're going to sell your data to data brokers, but you're also telling me that by X year,
no one has ever done that.
Flyboy, what's up, man? Nice job on the first, dude. Nice job. Congratulations. But what I think is interesting is this. You're telling me that by a certain year, we got to be all electric, which means people are going to be buying new vehicles, right? Okay. But then in those new vehicles, there's also allowed to be fine print that agrees that they can sell my data and they can do this. What if I don't agree to that? Well, then I can't buy a new car, right? Because all the new cars, all the manufacturers are doing it. Okay, well, I can't buy a new car because I don't agree to that. So now I have to drive my old car, and so now I'm potentially going to jail or like getting fined or like what? Getting arrested? I don't understand. How can you do this? How can I continue to drive my car because I don't want to sign the agreement on the new one? But you're telling me I have to have a new one, you know? You won't see me drive an electric vehicle unless they make nuclear compact. I would drive them if they gave me a range of 600 miles or 650 and could be charged in under 15 minutes. Charged in under 15 to 20 minutes, you give me a range of 600 miles, I'll drive your electric car. Period. I'd go buy one today. I'd go buy one. Okay. All right. I'd save up my money first. But then I would go buy one. But it would have to have, A, I would need a truck. B, 600 miles range, at least. Bare minimum, 600 miles. And C, a charge time of 15 minutes or less. That's an insane power transfer. Not my problem. Like, I can fill up my gas tank. Speaking of power transfer, I can fill up my gas tank in 5 minutes. And I can go roughly, I don't know, anywhere from 400 to 500 miles. So once you got to get me at least in the ballpark. I'm not saying 5 minutes. I'm saying 15 minutes. Okay, I'm giving you time. All right? I'm giving you extra time that I have to sit there and wait for the power to come in. All right, I'll say 15 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. But I want a range of at least 600 miles. I think that's fair. Because on a 4-cylinder, I don't think it's unrealistic to go that far. And at 600 miles, you should be taking a break anyway, because you've been driving for like 6 hours solid. So, you know, I mean, well, you've been driving probably longer than that, but okay, so maybe 500 miles, maybe 500 miles. But still, I can do that in a gas vehicle right now. There are vehicles that will do that for me right now. I don't want to pay more to switch to an electric vehicle, just to be waiting around a whole lot more for the stupid thing to even charge. And not to mention, half the chargers don't work or are a low charger speed or whatever. Half those things don't work anyway. So now you're just sitting around waiting, and then your range is like tiny. It's stupid. The infrastructure isn't there yet. I get it. I get it. I've done road trips in them. I've done road trips in the electric vehicle. You know, I've done road trips in an electric vehicle. It was painful, horrible, bad experience. Don't want to do it again. Even the driver, the owner of the car said themselves they would not do it again. You know, when the owner of the vehicle who believes in the product doesn't want to do it, there's a problem. I'd rather go back to steam. It's 2025. I'd rather they break those patents or whatever, those patents that were around that allowed gas vehicles to, you know, get 100 miles to the gallon. Yeah, bring that back. Bring those back. I don't know the first thing about steam power, to be honest with you. I don't know the first thing about steam power. All I know is that the auto industry and the oil industry have put the cap on so many great advancements, be it carbureted cars or just gasoline powered cars in general, all in the name of profits, that it's criminal. The HOH car, I think we talked about this before now. No. They're not mythical carbs. They were carbs that existed, man. Like, okay, 100 miles to the gallon, yeah, probably a little bit of a myth. But there were, in fact, like some that got 60 miles to the gallon, without a doubt. Without a doubt, that's like just historical fact. And they got sat on by car companies. I don't know about the HOH car that ran on water, but yeah, there's, the guy got killed, apparently. Yeah, the guy got killed. Now, whether that was an intentional killing or not, I don't know. You know what I need is, what I need on my soundboard. Well, Uh-oh. I might have broke something. Hold on. Oh, I definitely broke something. Hold on. Whoops. Hit the wrong button. What I need on my soundboard is I need that X-Files. I need the X-Files is what I need. You know what? It's what I need. I need the X-Files. So when we talk about this stuff, we can get in the right vibe, the right mindset. That's what we need. That's it. As long as we can do that, we'd be all right. There we go. All right, a little lo-fi to get the day kicking. According to people who say there are aliens here already, they have that energy, 0 point energy. Well, I mean, there's so much to those conspiracy theories. Because let's face it, for how many decades, literal decades, did people say aliens, and the government the entire time? Nope, no such thing. Crackpot, conspiracy theory, absolute insanity. Those people are stupid. And here we are. This is what boggles my mind. Within the last 5 years, the government had come out and been like, yeah, they're real. All right, we admit it. Yeah, there's flying objects that come from, potentially outer space that fly around our world. Sure. Yeah. And no one cared. I don't understand it. Where was the concern? Where was the concern? We didn't care? We just slept on this? We argued about it for literal decades, and then they're like, yes, we confirm it. And everybody's just like, all right. It's good. It's good. We're not worried anymore. All right. But like the alien shows still exist. The alien videos still exist. The alien this still exists. And what's killing me now, dude, and maybe you know this. How many of those, how many things flying around in the night sky are now being mislabeled as like UFOs? I feel like every Tom, Dick, and Harry with a cell phone these days is like taking pictures of like any light in the sky, and they're like UFO. You know, it's clearly like a satellite or something, and they're like UFO right there. I see it. What is that? Or like the ones that literally look like planes, and like you can kind of see the lights and stuff, and you're like, what's a plane? No, no, that's weird, man. Never seen that before. I just think it's funny because some of them are very obviously like a plane or something like that, like on some of these like videos, you know, but people like, I want to believe, man, I really do. I like, obviously the government has said it, has confirmed it. Like, I know that we know there have been that aliens are a thing, right? Like, the government's confirmed it, everybody knows they're a thing. But I think it's funny how now that they have confirmed it, instead of everybody being like, it's been confirmed, like, let's get more information, like, let's be more open, like, people act like they haven't confirmed it. It's so weird to me. I don't know. It's bizarre. The whole situation. The whole situation. It's too bizarre. Anyway, I agree with you. I want the truth. I wish people would stop lying. But that'll never happen. Because we are the people. We are meant to be lied to, my friend. Meant to be lied to. Just like I lied about, apparently about getting started on some Pomodoros when I said we were going to do that earlier. So what I mean to say is now we're going to do it right now. Here we go. Pomodoro time. All right, y'all. What's up, man? Ace of Spades. How's it going, brother? How are you, my friend? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. Hey, how's that new server treating you guys? Did you guys ever get that all set up? Did you get all of that set up? I know I asked that a little bit ago, and I don't remember. I can't remember what it was that you said. If you were able to get that all knocked away or not. And get all of that set up for your systems. Were you able to get that done? Out of pure curiosity. Call me a curious kitten, if you will. It's break time, by the way. For those of you like me who have been staring at a computer screen for over 20 minutes, we need to make sure that we are taking care of our little eyeballs and pick a spot that's 20 feet away. Stare off into the distance with me. Join me for this look into the distance. Pick that spot. We're going to stare at it for just about 20 seconds. And what that does is that releases or relaxes a little bit our eyeballs. There we go. So it's good health. It's good eye health. Really good. Enjoying the rainy day. What about you? Well, it's kind of crummy weather here too. Kind of crummy weather. Supposed to be an ice storm. Supposed to be a very big ice storm here where I am at. But I haven't seen it. I haven't seen anything come through yet. Nothing's icy. Nothing's crazy. Everything's kind of chill. So, yeah, nothing to report on that front. Really. Uh-oh. We're falling behind. We're falling behind here. All right. I'm gonna have to crack my knuckles here because I think we're falling behind on our updates. My coworker was supposed to be handling the updates, but I haven't really seen any big updates come through in the code bases. So I don't know if. But we did. It's a matter of getting them all the projects set up, I guess. In my head, I'm thinking, okay, well, we did get new machines. We did set everything up again. So we got to go through that process. We have to figure it out probably to get each project set up again so we can get going. Ace, I hope the CV update goes very well. Have you heard back from any of the 12 tabs that you had open to get out to? Brew Crew, what's going on? How are you this morning? No, that's not a problem. That's a solution. It means that you're being very accountable and working very hard, diligently following the Pomodoro structure to ensure maximum functionality. Ace, absolutely. If you would like me to take a look at it, I can. If it is written in Spanish or... Wait, yeah, you guys, it's Spanish, right? Is what the native language? I think? Or was it a different native language for you guys? If it's written in that native language, I won't be able to read it. That's what I'm trying to say. I have both languages. Okay, good. Otherwise, I can give you great feedback. If it's not in my native language, I think it looks fantastic. Whoa, first day with COVID that I didn't wake up in a dripping sweat, so I'd say it's a good day. Wait, you have COVID? Like you got COVID or like since 2020? Like, I guess that's what I'm wondering. But did I miss something? When did you get COVID? And I would say, I would agree, if you're not dripping sweat, oh my God. Although, okay. This isn't really a story time. This is more of a full disclosure. Visual Diana, my sweet little, short little package of dynamite, she is one of those people that loves to be straight up hot when they sleep. Hot. Like, I'm not talking like, oh, they're under a bunch of blankets. They're warm and comfortable. No. I mean, straight up sweating hot. Like, she will put down, there have been times in the past where she had a heated blanket that she would lay on the bed, and then she would lay on top of that heated blanket, put another heated blanket on top of her, followed by another comforter. Like, that's the level of hot she likes to be. It's crazy. Yeah, I got COVID. Family came to town 2 weekends ago, and I went through all of us except for my dad. Like, COVID in 2025, really? Yeah. I thought I mentioned it, but I may have just said I was sick, or maybe not at all. I don't remember. I can't remember either. I can't remember either. I want to say maybe you mentioned it. Maybe. But, yeah. It's kind of become, yeah, as Ahmed says. Ahmed, good morning, by the way. How are you, friend? It's become part of the seasonal diseases, and it's really... It's sad. It's sad. I think it's crappy. It's crappy, man. It's crummy. I don't want that. I don't want that. Because I feel like we had it maybe a few weeks ago. I feel like it worked its way through our house, but I don't know. I mean, it sucks because it changes so much that, like, you know, the tests aren't really valid. You don't really know. It's kind of like I don't know. Is it COVID? Is it not? Like, for example, I'm almost positive Visual Diana had it at one point. Almost positive. And she tested routinely for days and came back negative every time. And we're like, it's all the symptoms. Every single symptom. I told my girlfriend to not put the blanket on because she would sleep on the couch. Yeah, I don't know how Visual Diana stands it. Literally, I've seen this woman use 2 heated blankets at the same time. One that she lays on top of, one that goes over the top of her, plus other blankets. I don't know anyone who sleeps as warmly as she does, but more to Brew Crew's point, when she wakes up, she may or may not be sweaty. Every time. And it's disgusting. It's disgusting. I don't know how people do it. I don't know how people wake up sweaty. I don't know. I can't do it. She works for the mayor. Yeah, being out and about, having to, like, what's the phrase? Press the flesh, I think, or talk to people and be out dealing with people all the time. That would be really, really, that'd be a scary role to have when, like, COVID first came out. Now it's just like, well, you know, you're going to get sick once in a while. But, you know, when it first came out, I would imagine that had to be terrifying. Really? Like downright terrifying. Okay, all right. Okay, it's Workhorse Wednesday, everybody. I'm sorry. I just looked at the clock. Get your sips of coffee in, ladies and gentlemen. Get your sips of coffee in. We're going to be going. We're going to be going hard. Hold on. I got to update my task list here. Okay, let's go. Here we go. There we go. Got to work on my tests here. I got to get my tests going, and then I think once this thing is tested, because I should have wrote the test first, but I didn't. Don't tell anybody. And then I'm going to push it up to at least our staging server in its current state. That way, my boss is out right now. He's out sick, and but that way when he comes back, I can say, "Yo, boss, look, it's up. How does this look?" There's only one little tweak that we need to do, and that is starting to poll the appropriate people that someone should see. But the way that it was, the queries that they wanted to do, I think, are going to be problematic, because it's going to be like a cross. It's a cross server. No. Well, we'll address it during the next break. Let's get to work. I'm sorry, everyone.
Can't see what's wrong or right.
All right, y'all. It's break time again. It's that time again. Let's do ourselves a favor. Let's consider our eyeball health. Our health of our eyeballs, we've got to make sure that it's good. Because they're the only set that we got. We got 2 of them. But let's pick a spot 20 feet away or more. I mean, it must be really gloomy out today because there is not a single shred of light coming down from upstairs. Nothing. Very dark. Very dark. Pick a spot 20 feet away or more, whether that's out the window or whether that's across the room from you. Stare at that spot or that general vicinity or around that area. There we go. We're going to look at that for about 20 seconds here. And that is going to relax our eyes because we've been focused on things that are so close to us, so in front of us. There. That's good. That's good. Give it a couple blinks. Let the eyes relax a little bit. I think, how many meters? 20 feet would be about 7 meters. Almost 7 meters, sir. Yeah, that's right. Kind of a math genius. I only know that because diving boards are in meters. So you have like a 1 meter, which is your standard springboard diving. Then you've got your 3 meter, which is considered your high dive at most local pools. And then you've got your 5 meter platform, 7 meter platform, and your 10 meter platform. Although some places also have a 3 meter platform and a 1 meter not a 1 meter platform. They just have the base platform, which is very useful for learning the platform approach and learning how to, begin your dive without having to run any risk of injury from going off of like a 3 meter platform or something. So, yeah. Because a meter is 3 feet. That's all I know. So I know a 10 meter is 33 feet. Yeah, like I said, math genius. I don't like to pat myself on the back, but I will on occasion, you know? So today, actually, we should probably look at some of this stuff together a little bit, because I think it could be really good. I think it could be a learning experience for all of us. Let's see. Where I'm at now. Could you solve the subquery problems, the profiles and such? So what I ended up doing, good question. What I ended up doing was I could not solve it. Because there is no foreign key and there's no relationship there. There's no good way to avoid that n+1 problem. So what we ended up doing was I ended up putting a link. It's a link. And when you click the link, it uses the current data to just simply hit an HTMX endpoint that uses that data, like, because you'll have like the ID of the employee and you would have like the year or whatever. I mean, we're pulling all the years, but it doesn't matter. Anyway, you would have that ID of that employee. So it reaches out via HTMX, grabs that data that you're looking for and shoves it into the modal table. So when you click that link, the modal window opens up and it's filled with the table formatted data that you would expect. We just can't, there's no good way to load that prematurely when the page loads. Because because of the lack of a foreign key, there's no good way. There's no good way to do that. I am a little curious. Do you guys know how to prevent? This is where I'm going to lean on you guys a little bit. Let's say I had code that I wanted to commit, and normally I use the pre-commit library. Okay, so I use pre-commit to Did you make that no foreign key model? I did not make it. It is a view that is provided to me. But the way that the view works, there's no unique keys. There's not anything there that will be unique. So I can't make a foreign key to it. I could fake it in Django if I had a unique field to pull from, but I don't. What I was saying is, let's say, so are you guys familiar with the pre-commit library at all? Are you guys familiar with pre-commit at all? So pre-commit is really nice because you can set it up to do certain things, right? Like you can set it up to check YAML formatting, make sure that it's all formatted appropriately, fix the end of files, meaning it's going to end with a new line break, trim trailing white space, meaning that if there's like a line break and then spaces, it's going to get rid of that, right? And then it will modify those to correct it. What I am trying to do, and I think this is probably related to CI/CD, maybe, is I need to be able to. What if someone forgets to install pre-commit? Basically, is what I'm looking for. If someone forgets to install pre-commit and tries to push up to a repo, can I have that repo reject it if pre-commit has not been ran? Is what I'm wondering. Basically. Like, if that makes any sense at all. Let's see. Can you reject a push if pre-commit has not been ran? I don't know. I don't know how to even get this started. Get pre-push hook to reject. No. No. It's not a. Well, I guess it would be a pre-push hook, right? Maybe that is it. Is it a pre-push hook? Is that what that is? I would like to run a test before every get push, and if test fails, cancel the push. There's pre-commit and pre-rebase. Git got the pre-push hook, sample pre-push script. So that would be, okay, so we would have to add a pre-push thing. Right, so we would have, so it's similar to pre-commit, which is a library you install and run. But it looks like Git itself has called by git push after it has checked the remote status, but before anything has been pushed. If this script exits with a non-zero status, nothing will be pushed. I see. Let's see. The information about the commits which being pushed is supplied as lines to the standard input in the form. This sample shows how to prevent a push of commits where the log message starts with work in progress. I see. Interesting. Okay. Because this is essentially what I would like to do. I have some commands in my current repo. Oh, by the way, this is a fun fact that I'm very, very excited about, and I cannot wait to share this with everybody. I think there is a way in which we can code together. Like, we'll be able to really, in which I would be able to essentially do my work on stream, which would be great. So we could go through and talk more Django specifics, and we could work through this stuff together. I'm in the process of seeing how I can appropriately configure that to happen, but it will in fact happen. If that makes any, I know it's kind of ambiguous, and it's kind of essentially there's a couple repos that I need to unbrand, I guess, or make more generic. And as long as those repos are generic in a way that doesn't give away my information, then, because I'm not trying to dox myself, right? But at that point, then in theory, we could just be working together, which would be absolutely killer, I think. I think that would be fantastic. So then when I'm asking you guys questions about models or this or that or foreign keys or that or blah, 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 like we will be able to actually look at the code, which would be great. I still need to look at this pre-push stuff. I need to do a little digging because this is not something that is, this is something you still have to add this, right, to your Git templates or whatever. Like you can't include it in the project, can you? Because essentially I just want the pre-push. Sorry, hang on just a second here. After I ate something last night that, as I explained earlier, I think it might have scratched up my throat a bit, and I'm really coughing quite a bit today. So, pre-push hooks are what I needed, along with pre-commit. Apart from protecting a branch, they also provide extra security combined with pre-commit hooks, and for example, on how to use this nice entry, simple example to log into Vagrant, test results, and then push. So does this work in the same fashion? Does this work in the same fashion as other things, like where I can I add it to the repo and then have it automatically be applied, right? Like that's what I'm really looking for. Is I need to do a pre-push basically. And then if they haven't installed pre-commit, then they need to do that. I think. No, not even pre-commit. Like pre-commit just does certain things. And so if pre-commit is installed, it will have formatted certain things appropriately. It will have done X, Y, and Z. I just need to ensure that those things are in fact done. For myself, this is for myself. Like there are cases where I've forgotten to install pre-commit. And then I have like pushed up bad, ugly, gross code that doesn't fit appropriate stylings that we need to. So I'm just curious. I'm curious about this pre-push hook. That's what I'm looking for. Something like this. And actually what they had in there is, where was the one? Something similar to this, the sample pre-push from the Git templates right here. This wouldn't be too bad either. I don't know. I'm going to have to look into this a little bit. This is really what I'm curious about. I don't know how to implement this, but I want to implement it in such a way that, like, regardless of who's doing it, regardless of if they've installed pre-commit or not installed pre-commit, I want this to fire every single time. So I'm going to do some digging on that now during this next Pomodoro. I know it's Workhorse Wednesday, and I've been bad about this. Sorry. We're gonna get jumping. Let's get jumping. Here we go.
Time
Oh no. Oh no. I did the thing. I ended early. Whoops. Whoops. That's what I get for listening to the beeps and not doing my double checks. I should have done double checks. I didn't do double checks. That's on me, everybody. Sorry about that. We ended 2 minutes early. 2 minutes early, but we've still been staring at the screen for quite a while. So let's do our eyes a favor and let's look 20 feet away or more and stare at the wall. There we go. Let's give it 20 seconds. Pick a spot. Pick a spot to look at. Think about it. This is going to relax our eyes a little bit. Nice and chill. Chill out the eyeballs. Relax the eyeballs. Feels good, man. Feels so good. There we go. All right, let's call it good. Let's call it good. Brew Crew, you missed that last break, dude. That's all right, man. It's all right. I think I have figured it out. I don't know. I'd asked a question last break, and I had said to myself, like, ultimately, I was curious about how we can get all the developers, like, so for in our instance, it's just myself and another developer. But I know myself, I have done this. I know my coworker has done this, where we forget to install pre-commit on a project, right? You don't think about it, right? You just jump in. Maybe you've recloned down the repo. You're jumping in. You're like, pre-commit, what? You know, you're not thinking about it. And pre-commit does a number of things for us. Where I am at, we have it do a number of different formatting things where we run DJ lint on all the templates. We run rough for all the formatting and the code formatting and to look out for different things. We do a few other, like, built-ins. Yo, what's up, everybody? How's everybody doing today? Yo, Wisdom, what's going on, man? How are you? How are you, my friend? How goes it? Yes, formatting. I'm talking about Git and pre-commit, the pre-commit library. Now, if you don't install pre-commit, you may potentially, your formatting is going to be off, right? Like maybe you rely on rough to do the thing, like sort your imports. Make sure that your code is not extending beyond such and such and formatting of the code. Fredos, what's up, man? How's it going? Good morning. Good afternoon, rather, for you. So I was trying to think of a way that we could use the pre-push hooks in Git, but there's no good way to do it without, again, having the user put the pre-push hook in there. You know? Did you eat your bananas I redeemed yesterday? Fredos, I did not. I did not, actually. I did not. I'm sorry. In fact, actually, though, you know, it is 10 o'clock. So why don't we do it now? No! Oh, no. Okay. No worries at all. I got this. This is kind of unheard of. 6 bananas at once. I don't know. I can't even think of I don't even know that I've ever seen a okay, all right, here we go. Here's 3. And all right, here we go.
I think I should have some snacks. Oh, that is a lot of snacks. What should I do now? Guess I'll put all the stacks back.
Do y'all see how Whoops is a little bit of a... He has to be... Look at poor little Cross. She's smashed in the corner and Whoops uses her like a stuffed animal. Just like smooshing her up in the corner. All right, here we go. We got these 3. We got these 3. Oh my God. All right, here we go. I I did my tickets at work today, the ones I had going on. Then I said to my friend I had some... Hey, Mojo nailed it there. Mojo nailed it. That's right. Once you get 30 of those redemptions, and there's only one a day, so once you get 30 of those redemptions, free pair of socks from Socks and Souls. Yeah, you nailed it. And it's random. It just randomly activates throughout a stream. I've forgotten the last couple days, though. So there is that, too. Which took the rest of my day. I worked on my Twitch bot. Nice, dude. How's the Twitch bot coming along? I'm going to throw all these bananas in my mouth. You guys smell this? Here, sniff. Sniff. They don't smell good. Mmm. They're so good. Mm-hmm. Mojo nailed it. They taste like plastic. Just, I really have to stop putting so many bananas in my mouth. Bam. I agree, Fredos. That level of control is very, very nice. Very, very nice to have. I'm gonna get to Dog Show treats while I finish contemplating my life choices. Would you guys like a treat? Prosserino? Would you guys like some treats? Poor Boots has pushed you into the corner, hasn't he? He has. He has. Sir, what are you doing? You know Cross would like a treat. Cross would like a treat. You know that? She would like a treat, mister. Prosserino, wouldn't you? You'd like a treat. Tell him. Not for you. This one's for you. You gotta sit up or you're gonna choke. I see Chad is. I see Chad as being chatty, as always. As always, talking about bananas, soft and creamy, or as wonderfully flavored. An epic digital melons. We got a lot of discussion going on here. A lot of discussion going on. All right. Sorry, give me a second. There we go. That's a little bit better. Look, it's not Nancy's fault. It's not Nancy's fault. It's just not her fault. I think it's called Okay. It's called Exhalation by Liam.m as well. Yeah. Yeah. Did I choke on the banana? No, I didn't choke on the banana. Golly. Look, it just... I may or may not have been sucking on something last night that... How do I... Okay, I had a... Look, I'll admit it. I had some sugar, okay? I had some sugar. A candy cane. I was eating a candy cane. There. I said it. There. I ate a candy cane last night, and as I bit down on a piece of it, it shattered, and then as I inhaled, one of the pieces went in my throat, and I think it has caused my throat to... I think it scratched up my throat, and so now my throat is trying to, like, protect itself by putting a mucousy layer around there, if that makes sense. So you're able to eat some gross snacks, says Ace. Well, you know, I've always been able to eat gross snacks. Do I need to remind you? I did the Bean Boozled. I mean, we did the one Reaper. Do you guys remember that one? God, that was so hot. That was so hot. That was wildly hot. That Reaper beef jerky. Oh my God. I ended up having to just give that away to a friend. Like, I ate that piece. It was inedible. I had another friend who's like, oh, I love hot stuff. And he ate that. And he's like, I love hot stuff. God, yeah. And I was surprised because he's like, no, it's got some kick to it. And he said it was real hot. And he's like, but yeah, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, you can just have it because I'm never going to eat it. Kind of like I still have a bunch of the banana candy over there. I haven't thrown it out. It's just chilling over there. I should just throw it away, but it like, I have no desire to even eat it. So it's like, it's one of those things. Like, if I have something good and tasty there, I know I'm going to be tempted to eat it. But when I have those gross things there, there's no temptation at all. So, and if anything proves that those things are gross, it's the fact that they're still there. If anybody knows me, if it's in the house and it's tasty, I'm probably going to be eating it. I'm probably going to snack on it. I don't know. I have willpower problems, apparently. But you know what problems I don't have? I don't suffer from willpower problems when it comes to kicking off a Pomodoro, though. Here, let me show you. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. It's break time. It's big break time. Big break time. Anybody in here use Bitbucket pipelines? Anybody in here use Bitbucket pipelines? Let's see. There's so much stuff. There's so much stuff that we do on a day-to-day basis. And it's like, oh, it's infuriating. Trying to remember it all, I think, is the hardest part. I think that's the hardest part. Trying to remember all this stuff. Like, I'm trying to remember. I know there was a way that we did this. And I think it was this way. We have Docker. I'm almost positive this is because, like, I have in my Docker Compose, I have a pipelines image, right? And that pipelines image is literally this. No, it is this, like this kind of a thing, because my Docker file is set up to match what they have here. So it's set up to match that. But then I guess I just go into there and I like run the commands that I would expect to see, right? Like I just go in and I run these commands in there, I guess. I think. Yeah. So then I just make sure that these things run. I go in and manually make sure they run. As this runs, we can add it to our Bitbucket, commit the changes, and confident the pipeline will run error-free. I always feel like there's something I end up forgetting, though, and then my pipeline spins up and just something ends up just consuming massive, massive amounts of time. Okay, this is a long break, everybody, and during the long breaks, what we should be doing is stretching our legs a little bit. I'm going to take this opportunity to do just that. I'm going to take a quick bio break. I am a little bit... I'm going to be trying this locally, probably during the next Pomodoro. Like I said, I've got it mostly in place, but we haven't ended up using a lot of our CI/CD in this fashion. And really what I'm after is like this, for example, instead of Python version, I would like to run the Django linting and rough checking just to check, right? Like, has this stuff been done? If it hasn't been done, then we're gonna straight away just turn it down, right? No, we're not doing that. We're just gonna be like, hey, you need to install pre-commit. Hey, you need to do X, Y, and Z. Looks like somebody's dreaming there. Somebody's really dreaming. They're going hard in the paint in that dream. All right. But that's what I'm thinking. Is it like for the linting and the rough checks is basically my biggest concern, right? Like I just want to make sure that we are in fact we have these code consistencies, code, what would you call that? Code standards, I believe is the right term. Code standards. And we need to make sure that we're doing that. And right now we don't we have pre-commit as a way to do that. But if you don't install pre-commit, there's really no other way other than a person like manually looking it over. And I think that's what this should help with, is like I can have this run on any push to that repo. I believe like a default step will just be like this runs on anything. And it should then just run, whatever. Like I'll have like pip install DJ lint, and then I'll run DJ lint with, directory, or whatever I need to run it on. And so then that in theory should double check everything. And if there isn't something, I'll run it with the check attribute. So it's just going to run a check. It's not actually going to change any of the files, right? Because that's not going to do us any good anyway, because it lives in the cloud. But I'll run that check. And if that check finds any files that aren't formatted appropriately and exits with a non-zero status, it should kick us out, right? Like, so like my script, if my script was to run Django lint and rough, the rough command, if it exits with a non-zero status, which if it's checking, it will exit 0 status if everything's good and it needs no changes, but it'll be a 1, I think, if it needs changes. Like if rough finds something in check, it'll be like would exit with a non-zero status, right? So that should end it, and it should not complete the push up, and we should see something on our end that says like the push was not completed because it exit with a non-zero status or whatever. And then it's up to us like to make sure like, hey, did I lint this? Did I run rough check on this? I'm going to play around though, because I think this is the best way to do it is like, I mean, it's here, right? Like on their knowledge base, debug pipelines locally with Docker. So we should just be able to have this container, go into the container, run the commands against that container. That's what if I'm understanding this correctly, is we should be able to do that here. We just have to spin up the container in this fashion, which I have the Docker file for. So I think we're good. I think. Too many little things. I know nothing about CI/CD. Although I know this is the key to deployment eventually, right? There's a test runner that you can run locally. Like, let me see here. Like if I wanted to deploy to Windows, yeah, to set up a local test runner for Bitbucket pipelines on Windows, you need to configure a self-hosted runner on your Windows machine, which allows you to run your Bitbucket pipelines. No, that's not what I'm looking to do. But, let's see. If I wanted to deploy to Windows, there we go. Bitbucket pipelines deploy to local Windows server. The issue is that a private IP is used in the SCP deploy pipeline. Pipelines that run on our own infrastructure don't have access to your local network. The pipe needs the IP of public IP so it can reach the server to deploy to it. Thanks for the reply. As long as the runner has a public IP, we haven't tested this pipe with deployment of private IP. Yeah, SCP deploy from a self-hosted runner to internal server. You can try this with a Linux Docker runner. It's the only type of runner that supports pipes. A pipe uses a script that lives in a Docker container that has the commands you previously put in your YAML along with a few extras, for example. I see. This pipe will deploy to a remote server using SCP. So, what is SCP? Again, I can't remember for the life of me. Secure Copy Protocol, okay, which is a network protocol used to securely transfer files in a local computer and a remote server using this SSH protocol. Accessing to use SCP on a Windows server, you typically need to install an SSH client. Well, okay, so there's some options here. We're going places. That's way down the line, though, I feel like, for us at this point. Because I need to, I guess one of the other things I haven't done yet is I haven't even tested my I haven't ran PyTest on this application in forever. So, whoops. And I think ultimately what I might do is this. I need to go through, what I need to do too is, like, this is another testing best, well, I don't know if it's best practice, but it's a practice that I think I need to put in place. I don't necessarily want to test user interactivity in an environment. Like, we can, but I feel like we're getting better where I am at about writing our Django applications in such a way that everything is more testable, right? Like we're breaking things down into smaller components, and those things can be unit tested so we know they work. And as far as UI goes, I feel like testing that UI at the local level is sufficient. I don't know that we necessarily need to be writing like Playwright or Playwright is a cool tool and one that I want to get into using. We don't really use Playwright. We use what's the other one? What's the other UI for Python? For like testing UI stuff. Why am I blanking on this name? Because I hate it. Selenium. That's it. Selenium. Okay. Selenium. What, you know, we can do, I think Selenium testing can be done locally, no problem. And I think that that's appropriate. I don't know that it necessarily has to be done in the CI/CD pipeline. So I feel like we should probably have some kind of an argument in there that says, like, if you want to do the UI UX tests, right? Like, kind of like we have some that we flag as like local, or some that we have a run slow or something. There's a flag on some of them where you have to include slow as the argument, and then it will include those tests. Otherwise, it does not include those tests typically, which speeds up your testing quite a bit, because ultimately you need to have something like Chrome driver or the Gecko driver set up ahead of time, which when you're talking about cloud-based stuff can kind of be a headache. I'm not gonna lie, it is a headache. It's not kind of a headache, it's a headache, because then you have to take like an image, a Docker image, like Python 3 or something, and you have to install the Gecko driver, you have to install the Chrome driver, you have to and there's other additional things that it needs that Python 3 Docker image may not have, and then you run into this like technical debt, right, that keeps accumulating, because it's like, well, now I have to add these other libraries to my Python 3 image, so it's no longer as lightweight as it could have been. And you know, and then I don't know, I'm sure Docker, you probably do something special in Docker, like you can create your own image on Docker Hub, but then you're stuck maintaining that, right? So if it just becomes, it's a whole lot of tech debt for doing that, when you really could just say, like, as long as my unit tests are testing the logic, then everything else, the UI side of things, like whether or not this particular JavaScript is running to uncollapse the thing, like that doesn't really make a difference, right? Like the big important thing is your data. So is your data stuff working? Is your logic going to work that way? So I think that might be a better bet, is that like maybe we separate out our UI and UX tests. Or what are those called? It begins with an I, the word for it. Integration? No, not integration. End-to-end. End-to-end. Integration tests are something that just has a test that maybe requires other systems to be in place and or a database to be in place. That's an integration test. End-to-end is like full on. You got your database, you got your front end, you got your back end, and you're testing all of it using Selenium, Playwright, that sort of thing. That is an end-to-end test. So I feel like we should probably start classifying our tests a little bit better too, and including tags like that. So we have end-to-end tests, we have slow tests, we have local only tests, which actually used to be a thing. Because for a while you could only run certain tests locally. It was crazy. Mind-blowing. Okay, let me do this. I'm going to run upstairs. I realize this was a long break and I've just been talking about testing. sorry. I do need to take a quick bio break. So, but this is Workhorse Wednesday. So you know what? In order to be appropriate, because we do have people who play along at home and like to make sure that they're staying on task, and I highly, 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 highly encourage that, right? That's why we're here doing the things that we're doing. We're going to do that. We're going to do that, y'all. Now, I talked to, hey, Mad Dog, what's up? What's going on? How's it going? How's it going? Yo, what's good? What's good? This is our friend Mad Dog coming in hot. Yo, how are you? Before we're about to jump into a Pomodoro. Actually, just about. But I know you come with good news. You come excited with good news, right? Right? Everything's coming up Mad Dog, as they say. And by they, I mean me. I think only I say that, probably. Coming up Millhouse? Any Simpsons viewers in here? No? Okay. Got it. Mad Dog, how are you, man? How you been? I'm thinking testing. My brain is in the testing world right now. I don't know why. I want it to end. I'm ready to not be in the testing world, but I need to do two things. I need to get my brain in testing world and make sure that testing world is working right, which I just did. All my tests run, a few fail. A few failed. My worker is like, I use the XDist. I can't remember. Some of these nodes, node down, not properly terminated. It had something to do with, I think, data setup. Like something in the data setup was crashing. Maybe, I don't know. I got to look through the failures now and figure this stuff out. Because there's a bunch of test failures. Not a bunch. 13 test failures. And I think they're small things, if memory serves correctly. Finished a good chunk of my TRS, and now I'm waiting for the final bits. The waiting game. Finished a good chunk of my TRS. I don't know what TRS is. I feel like maybe I should. I don't know what it is though. But I'm glad it's going all right, man. Better late than never. Peepaw coming in, sliding in on Workhorse Wednesday. What's up, Peepaw? How are you, man? How are you doing? Everybody's been kind of sliding in and out. I think Wednesdays are like a big day. I know Mojo's got a lot of meetings going on. He's got a lot of meetings. He says they stack them up. Oh, okay. Transition readiness services. So that's on your way out. That's a thing. I'm assuming that's a thing that the service offers you as like, on your way out, here's how you're going to transition back to civilian life. That's an assumption on my part. I don't know. I do know that my cousin was super excited because he was he used to tell us once he retired, he's like, dude, all I'm gonna do is fish. And that's all he did. He passed away. You have to deal with 10 ads. That's fair. Sliding into freaking ads is more like it. That's fair. We got a few minutes. So I'm going to take a quick bio break. Let's see here. I'm going to take a quick bio break while the ads run. We'll do that. I'm back at just the right time, I think. Just the right time. There we go. There we go. We're back. We're back. Hope everyone is well. I'm back. Dog's back. Everybody's back. Everything's calm, I think. Right? I think the ads should be over, I believe. The unfortunate ads, anyway. Unfortunate ads. Okay. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. I am going to, before I don't wear the hat on my behalf, people, it's not for you, my friend. I have no problem showing off the hawk, bro. I have no problem. Gopar, my friend, how are you? How are you, Mr. Good-looking Gopar? How have you been, man? How have you been? It's been a few days. 20 million ads. I wish I could just permanently turn off ads, right? Like, it's one thing if I'm a monster streamer, right? Like, I'm a streamer who's got, 1,000 people viewing, but we're not. We're a small community. We average somewhere in the realm of anywhere from 6 to 10 viewers on a given day. It's not huge. And I don't know why smaller people like myself can't just disable that stuff. I'm thinking of streaming some Python and Django after work, looking into Streamlabs. Don't go with slobs, dude. Don't do it. Don't do it. Take it from me, Gopar. I can tell you. I was just messing with you yesterday about your hair. Oh, yeah. I'm not too worried about it. Even if you weren't messing with me, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Not everybody has to like my hair. But if my wife likes my hair, that's all that matters, So Gopar, I would highly advise don't go with Streamlabs, only because I feel like their OBS integration it's nice. If you use Streamlabs alerts and everything, it is nice, okay? But I would say going traditional OBS, go with OBS Studio is gonna give you a more lightweight experience. It's gonna be better on your system resources. And I would go with Stream Elements probably over Streamlabs, to be honest with you. Stream Elements just tended to give me a few more elements of control. Get it? Stream Elements. Anyway, Stream Elements gave more elements of control, so you could control more and do more with it. Yeah. As Peepaw says, there's going to be some stuff that's behind a paywall. I just want whatever's easy. Legitimately, OBS Studio is the easiest thing. It's the easiest thing. Because, if you want that, then OBS Studio is going to give you the best resource management. It's going to be better than slobs because, see, everything else, Streamlabs OBS, and all of the other versions. Mad Dog, all right, man. All right, dude. Yeah, hey, I appreciate you swinging in, brother. I hope everything is well. Stay frosty, my friend. We'll see you later. Pretty soon, you're going to be living that civvy life, dude. Pretty soon. But take care of yourself until then. Yes, Fredo's is right. Slobs gives you a bunch of stuff that takes up unnecessary resources. If you want simple and easy, just go OBS Studio. Boom, done. You don't need any plugins. You don't need any other special stuff. It will do mic, camera, video. Done. You're done. That's it. Set up 3 sources in your sources list and you're done. You would have to do that on any of the other softwares. You would have to do that on... you'd have to do that with slobs. You'd have to do that anywhere else. But here's what it is happening behind the scenes anyway. They're all taking OBS Studio, which is open source, and then they're just adding their own components on top of that. They're all using OBS Studio, but then they're just adding more stuff in there, and they're going, it's Streamlabs OBS, right? Like, at its core, it's OBS Studio. So if you want lightweight and you want easy and you want just kind of like, give me the bare minimum, go OBS Studio. When I first started streaming, I used XSplit because I got a great deal on it. So I have a lifetime membership to XSplit. So I could still go back to XSplit, which there were some things that I really liked about XSplit. I really did like a lot about XSplit, actually. I kind of wonder, like every once in a while, I just get this wild hair to change it up, and I wonder if I went back to XSplit, if it'd be really good. If you want to get more advanced, Gopar, and you want to do more, let me know. Let me know, and I can help you out. I can help you out, whether it's with StreamerBot, whether it's with music stuff, whether it's Touch Portal. I don't, if you want to have, kind of a stream deck type thing, but in my opinion, way better, way more modifiable, way more interchangeable than Stream Deck is Touch Portal. And all you need is just a phone or an iPad or literally any device that has that. So I ended up getting a virus. Oh man. If you're getting viruses from Google searches, I think we have a problem, Gopar. Yeah. As Mojo brings up, that could be from your walk-on music. It could be. I'm just saying. This don't look like your mama's Google. Well, I'm interested, man. What are you gonna be streaming? Python and Django, and what else? Why is there a giant PH? Let's see here. Sorry, I'm just clicking around. If you've been just Python and Django, like Django apps that you're going to be building, or are you going to be doing community apps, like we once upon a time do here, like in a rare blue moon? Sorry for the issues. Hello, C Films. How's it going? Good to see you. I'm doing great. Thank you for asking. I see that you are doing great as well. That's fantastic. That is fantastic. Well, I'm just trying to avoid what was supposed to be an ice storm, and I just went upstairs. It's not even like it's kind of cloudy. It's overcast, but that's it. It's not even that cold. Like I just don't understand how it's supposed to be an ice storm. Issues. I meant caps. LMFAO in all caps again. I just woke up. It's 80 here. Okay. Gonna be streaming the startup I'm working on. It's Django app. I like it. I can't wait to see it. I can't wait to hear about it. I can't wait to know what you're up to. Are you going to be putting them on YouTube as well? Maybe it's a nice storm and you just heard it wrong. That's true. It's not an ice storm. It's a nice storm. I like it. You see snow? Sea Film's nice, dude. It's nice. I would love some snow. Nah, just Twitch streaming. Are you going to stream the whole thing, or are you going to have like certain areas that are off limits? Certain areas that are off limits. Here's our API and our connection string to our database. Production. It's production. Just promise me you guys won't connect. Something like that. Don't do that, by the way. I think you know that, though. You know. Okay? He's streaming his OnlyFans website? You mean onlyhannies.com? Legit site. Onlyhannies.com. It's true. The whole thing. Nice. I think I've come across a way in which I can share my Django work, my day-to-day Django work, in a way that won't dox me. I think I've come up with a way. I haven't put all the pieces in place yet because it's going to require some prep and some setup. But overall, I think I'm there, actually. So no point in restrictions if I don't have to. Yeah. I agree. Well, and if you're working locally, there really shouldn't be any, right? Like, for example, through the years, I've been able to remove a bunch of our hard-coded stuff. We used to have a bunch of stuff that was hard-coded in here, but now it's all pretty much just environment variable driven, like the .env file, and everything can be ran locally. So there's no production credentials, period, on this machine. So like, even if somebody stole this laptop and ran away with it, it's like, ooh, you could run the project locally with dummy data in a local database that doesn't matter, and you have no idea what the production stuff is for still. You know, it's like I wouldn't care at that point. You know? I wouldn't care. Are you too far south to get snow? No, I am not too far south to get snow. We just haven't had any. I mean, I live outside the Windy City. Supposed to be rough weather. Supposed to be, it's cold in the winter. It's really not, though. I mean, even if they see something like my DB creds, they can't do anything because the security measures built into G-Cloud. Gopar. You know better than that. I'm telling you, man. You people can hijack, okay? They could hijack your two-factor auth. They could hijack Waze in G-Cloud. They'll know how to get in. That's how I always think anyway. I'm like super paranoid about that. How do you get in the scrolling list of to-dos? The one right over here on the corner. You can do !task help, or you can do ! task followed by a space followed by the task you need to work on. All right, Gopar. Hey, man. Thank you for coming in. Thank you for being here. I'm looking forward to seeing the streams. If you need help with the OBS stuff, let me know, dude. I got you. We can definitely work through it and get you all set up with a pretty slick thing. So, I don't even. Yeah, last night. Yeah, I hadn't forgot yet. I know. Yeah, I remember. I don't even know. Windy because of all the farts? I don't know why they call it. Well, downtown does get kind of windy, but I don't understand. That's a good task, Peepaw. I like it. That's a good task. I don't understand why they make such a big deal about the weather here, though. I mean, yeah, it changes, but it's not like... I just don't know. I don't know why people think Chicago is so hard in terms of weather. It's just not. It's kind of like mellow. Although I think everywhere south is starting to get mellow. Like, everywhere south of, like... I don't know. Just around in this general area is kind of mellow. It's kind of lame. I want a hard, cold winter. That's what I would like. I say that I want that, and then I know if it happened, I'd be complaining the whole time. Stupid winter, it's so cold. Can't believe this. All right. But speaking of not believing it, you better believe it that we are going to jump into one more Pomodoro. We got one more Pomodoro in us, gang. Move to Florida, it's the new Alaska. No thanks. I'll move to Alaska, though. I won't move to Florida, though. I don't know how you live down there. I'm not gonna lie. You have literal subreddits, Florida man, anyone? Florida man, that are designed around, okay, Arizona, New Mexico, Florida, California. Whenever you see crazy videos that you just can't believe anyone is that dumb, that stupid, that just crazy, that on drugs, you know it's coming from one of those 4 states. I'm throwing it out there. You know it. You know it. Whenever you see somebody just acting completely insane, you can almost guarantee it's either Florida, New Mexico, Arizona, California, or in the rare case that you don't understand what they're saying, Russia. That's it. I'd rather freeze to death in Russia than move to Florida. But if you like it, more power to you. Not all of us are rednecks. People, I'm not even saying rednecks, man. I'm not even saying rednecks, dude. Y'all are just crazy in Florida. Crazy. Like, if you, like, Florida man, like, that is a phrase because it happens with such regularity in Florida that people are just insane and crazy and just saying wild things and doing the most asinine things. And it only happens, for whatever reason, it happens in Florida, Arizona, New Mexico, and California. Those are the four primary areas that stuff happens. It just doesn't happen in other areas. It just doesn't happen. Like, people don't behave these ways and think these ways. Everything you described as a redneck. Well, I mean, it's a Florida. It's literally called Florida man. It's a Florida man phenomenon. Hold on. I'll put a link in here and you can read about it here. I don't know if you're familiar. Are you familiar with that phrase? Maybe people in Florida aren't familiar with it. It's like, let's see here. I think it's pretty funny. I think it's pretty funny myself, just because they're so crazy. Like, I mean, just wild stuff. Florida woman Wingstop manager throws hot grease and ranch at customers that were causing a scene. Insane. Florida woman arrested for throwing condiments and running over ex-boyfriend with a Range Rover. Insane. I mean, just next level crazy. You know what? Florida man kidnaps woman who struck him on his bicycle. Oh, man. Tampa, Florida man joins ISIS. I mean, it gets crazier and crazier. I don't understand it. I think it's just the warm weather. I think it does something to y'all's head. Honestly. I think it does something to the brain. It changes the brain in such a way. I don't know. But I suppose you could argue the same about the cold, like serial killers. Hello, Wisconsin. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Wisconsin, for the amount of serial killers that you have, like Ed Gein, among the other more notable, famous ones. Not all of us get caught, says Mojo. Mojo, need I remind you, I've eaten with you. Okay, so if you're ever going to kill somebody, we've shared meals together. Okay, don't kill me. Tell me something. You don't believe everything you see or hear on the internet, do you? I don't. But I've seen enough news shows and I've driven and been in Florida enough times to know that when it comes to insane Florida stories, they're probably true. They're probably true. Isn't that what Internet of Truth is? Yeah. I speak French. Bonjour. Duh. He's a French model. He speaks French. Bonjour. Or whatever the hell it was in that commercial. God, I loved that commercial. That was a good one. Oh, okay. All right. You know what? Here's how we're going to do this. Here's how we're going to play this. We're going to continue to have a little chit chat. Because it's nice to have a little chit chat. Well, I've been down here on and off for several years, since '89, and I've never seen anything like what you said happen. I mean, you can click the links. It's from stations like CBS and stations like I don't know, whatever these other stations are, but like they're literal news reports, like from local news stations down in Florida. I didn't make them up. I don't make up this insane stuff. Like, I don't know. I don't make this stuff up. This is just what happens in Florida. I don't know. I don't make it up, man. All I know is what I have seen enough news reports, and I've been down there from time to time, And every time I've been down there, something insane is always on the news. The local news are filled with the most insane stories. I don't make up the news. I assume the news stations are going to be relatively accurate, though. Fake news. Okay. All right. Look. Just because you live there doesn't mean you need to breathe copium, you know? Take the mask off and just accept it for what it is. Florida is filled with crazy people. But it's not just Florida. I'm telling you, every hot state is, they're lunatics. Arizona, people out there doing the most insane stuff too. New Mexico has equally crazy, weird stories. California, well, if California fell into the ocean, I probably think we'd have less news stories to report on, like legitimately. They're filled with crazy people. They're called tourists. Hey, I won't disagree with that one either. I'm a tourist. I don't go to Florida because I'm not crazy. I have no desire to be down there. None. The tourists that go down there like, oh, I could live here. This is great. Where people drive like crazy. Arizona people drive crazy. Florida people drive crazy. Y'all drivers need some serious lessons. Serious lessons. LSU, when they come down, are the worst. Louisiana State, yeah, I don't doubt that. College kids, man. Period. Been there, done that. I was an idiot. You know? I think it's part of learning, part of getting old, part of growing up, part of all that jazz, though. I think. You posted a picture in the Discord? Oh man, what'd you post up here? What did you post up here? Do the best you can. Everyone knows you though, so expectations are low. I see. Well, I have nothing to say. No, that's good. That's a good one. I have nothing to say to it. I have no good comeback for it. I wish I had a good comeback for it. You know what my comeback is? This. My comeback is this. That's right. I'm going to go get myself some lunch. I deserve it. Gosh darn it. I did some P90X last night. I need to run to the store to get my bad habit. I may or may not be back before you end stream. Don't worry, Peepaw. We're heading that way right now. Right now. Mojo broke me. I'm headed out. I'm going to get myself some lunch. I'm hungry. Plus, I gotta really dive in on this pipeline stuff, and I want to get on a call with the other developer, see if he's on board with diving into some of this pipeline stuff, see if he's on board with the ideas. So, Brew Crew, it's all good, man. It's all good. Oh, yes, Mojo. I could go for some egg rolls. Tell her to bring some my way if you don't mind. I'd appreciate it. Brew Crew, sorry that you are stuck in meetings. I'm really sorry to hear that. But it's one of them days, you know? That's why it's Workhorse Wednesday. We got to get our work done. Guys, thanks so much for being here. Please know that you guys matter, okay? You're making a difference in the world, whether you know it or not. Somebody is thinking of you, and somebody is thinking of you fondly. That's a guarantee. As in the wise words of our founding forefathers, Bill and Ted, be excellent to each other. Keep building cool things. Keep doing cool things. Keep putting the good vibe out into the universe, because it's bound to come back. It's going to come back in all the right ways. I promise you that. As Mojo would say, don't be a dick. Let's go forth. Let's have a wonderful rest of your Wednesday. I hope it goes really, really well. I hope you get through. If you got meetings, I hope they go well. If you got emails that you got to respond to, I hope it's easy to respond to. Hope nobody's giving you guys too hard of a time today. Thank you so much for being here. You guys really matter. You guys are, these things make my day so much better. I certainly hope that you guys find a benefit to them too. In other news, I'm out of here. Peace.